How's it going, guys? Ko there, back again, dropping yet another video. Right, guys, the following story that I'm about to read, I am very honoured to have been able to get out myself. I couldn't have done it without the help of a prison source who supplied the evidence to back up what was being said. So I'm very grateful to that individual. Couldn't have done it without them. And you're going to understand when you see the quote from the Ministry of Justice, right? You will understand what by we, I mean serving prisoners, former prisoners, prisoners' families and partners, right? You'll understand what we're up against when you see the quote from the Ministry of Justice, right? So this is a story on the North Wales Live. I'll put a link in the description below, guys, like I always do. I'm going to read the story. I'm going to do my bit at the end, but just look at the quotes from the MOJ. Right, guys. So, prisoner tests positive for coronavirus at HMP Berwyn. The inmate and his cellmate are in an isolation unit at the Wrexham jail. A prisoner has tested positive for coronavirus at HMP Berwyn. An internal notice sent on Friday and seen by North Wales Live confirmed the inmate tested positive for COVID19 at the Wrexham Super Jail. The man and his cellmate have been placed in our protection isolated unit and their health was being monitored. The outbreak took place on the upper levels of the Bala wing. Prisoners housed there are being segregated from the rest of the jail because of the risk of cross-infection. According to the notice, HMP Berwyn prison chiefs were told the inmate had tested positive for the coronavirus last Thursday. And then it goes on to show the letter which was on the laptops within the prison, confirming the confirmed case, which was supplied to me. I'm very grateful, which was the evidence I needed. The Ministry of Justice, listen to this. The Ministry of Justice initially said it would not be confirming or denying any suggested cases of COVID-19. But in a further statement, a prison service spokesperson said, "We have a robust and flexible contingency plans in place based on the latest advice from Public Health England, which prioritises the safety of officers, prisoners and visitors." Goes on to say, "Concerns have been raised about the ability of prisons to function and ensure proper social distancing and safety for prisoner officers and inmates alike as the outbreak takes hold. Last week, all jails in England and Wales were placed into a lockdown with all visits cancelled. The Ministry of Justice and Her Majesty's Prison and Probation Service said the measure was to ensure the safe and secure functioning of our prisons whilst enforcing social distancing." In response, National Chairman of the Prison Officers Association, Mark Fairhurst, said, "I am pleased that over the past few weeks, the POA, or the Prison Officers Association, have worked constructively and in partnership with Her Majesty's Government and Her Majesty's Prison and Probation Service to put measures in place to protect all those who inhabit or work in our prisons. We will continue to contribute to ensuring our prisons maintain stability and avoid as much as possible the spread of the virus." Right, now, let me go back. Right, this is what we are up against, right? Just the first part of the statement from the MOJ, right? The Ministry of Justice initially said it would not be confirming or denying any suggested cases of COVID-19, right? But then whoever it was went on to say, like, they haven't confirmed it and they haven't denied it, but they come out with this, we've got contingency plans in place. Those contingency plans that they're referring to from Public Health England, right, and the government is to social distance and keep 2 meters apart. If you look down a few videos, you will see a video, right, from inside HMP Berwyn, which shows officers not social distancing, which came on the back of the confirmed case of the prisoner. I've only been able to confirm this case today, right? Someone told me the other day there'd been a confirmed case within the prison. This was a Thursday last week. I got told. When I get told something, normally what would happen is you tell the journalist, you find the paper in that area, or I've taken it to BBC Wales. I took it to ITV Wales. I took it to the Daily Post, or North Wales Live as they're now known, right, to get the story out. They then come back, Cody, they're denying the story. I need evidence. I got the evidence. It took me up till yesterday, but I got the evidence I needed to back up. So this is the thing, guys. So what I'm saying to you, right, if that doesn't, right, someone that interacts with the media and stuff, I've done these interviews and everything else, right? And like I said, we don't need to keep going over that. But I deal with the media a lot, right? Now, that statement there, we will not be confirming and we will not be denying. Let me break down the premise of that statement. They know, the Ministry of Justice know, the press officers know, most or a lot of journalists, because it's not been confirmed, they know that there's a high probability that they will not run that story. So the Ministry of Justice are thinking, right, well, if we don't confirm it and we don't deny it and we just like, yeah, that they think that the story is going to go away. This journalist, because I got him the proof, which was clearly, as you can see from the screenshot at the start, was clearly from within inside the prison. You see HMP Berwyn at the top. It was taken on one of the laptops, right? That's all I'm going to say. It was sent to me. Right now, that was the proof. So even though they did, if I didn't have that evidence from the screenshot, I don't think the story would have gone out. But the journalist that I spoke to, he said, Cody, he said, listen, he said, I trust what you're saying. You've got the evidence there as well. It backs it up. I'm running the story, mate, which is fantastic. Another journalist that might have worked in a different office or that I spoke to, they might have said, I'm sorry, Cody, we're not running the story. So what I'm saying to you guys, the Ministry of Justice across all prisons in England and Wales, when they are asked about confirmed corona cases and stuff, they are not confirming and they are not denying. And the whole reason behind that, to stop stories getting out. Now, this could be a loved one of yours that's fallen very, very ill from this COVID-19. It could be a potential prison death. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right? This is the thing, guys. So it shows you what we are up against. So when you see me doing videos begging for prison footage of prisoners with the faces covered, with just the eyes, talking about the coronavirus, they need to release prisoners, what's going to happen if they don't, the regime, what are they doing to protect prisoners, right? When I'm asking for them videos, I'm not doing it for shits and giggles. I'm not doing it just for banging my head against the brick wall. Right, I am doing it because if I haven't got proof, right, or actual footage, if I go to a journal and say, yeah, prisoners are saying they're going to kick off and they're going to riot and they're not happy about this and they're not happy about that, I might as well have not made the phone call because it doesn't go anywhere. I have now got media outlets, big platforms, saying, Cody, we will run a story on prisoners. We will give prisoners a voice. We will give prisoners a platform. Right? We don't normally get this. This story cannot be spun into a negative on prisoners at all. It's about compassion. It will stir up a debate as to why prisoners are not being released. It will give prisoners a voice about what it's like being inside during this COVID-19 and this prison lockdown and no visits and 23-hour bang up and shit, horrible healthcare and having to beg for toilet rolls and soap and things like that. But I need that video. I need videos to do this. I've got a little story out here, but I've struggled to get it out. And the reason I've struggled to get it out is because the Ministry of Justice have clearly stated there, it was a quote. We are not confirming and we are not denying the story. And then they didn't actually answer. They didn't confirm or deny. And then they went on to say, we've got robust plans, we've got contingency plans and all this. The contingency plans that they're making reference to is locking prisoners up for 23 hours a day, letting them out a handful at a time so they don't riot and they don't kick off, right? And they want to keep a lid on stories getting out, right? And they keeping the Public Health England have told people to keep 2 meters apart. Look at the footage down my timeline that was filmed the same day. It was filmed the same day that I got the proof from the evidence to back this story up. and then there was a confirmed case. Those officers, prisoners are sat in the cells and not having no social visits, so it's not coming through them, right? They could have had it and not known and stuff like that. But it's highly likely that these prison officers that are flouting this social distancing practice, what's supposed to be in place, right? They've broken it. They're all coming in, shaking hands and stuff like that, going to different wings and potentially infecting prisoners in prisons, many of which might have underlying health problems, and they could potentially be struck down by this virus. Some will, and some will survive and they'll be fine and they'll get through it. Other prisoners, it could cost them their life. If that ends up within a prisoner with COPD or some respiratory problem, right, they could succumb, right, because of idiots that prison officers, and the proof is there, guys. The proof is there, and I'll post a video again just so you can see, right? And now they've got a confirmed case, so we can see where it's potentially coming from, this confirmed case, can't we? Right? I can't stress enough, right, how worried I am by that statement. We are not confirming and we are not denying anything around COVID-19 and prisons. Do you want to know why? Because if they do, yeah, we've got a confirmed case, yeah, we've got another death, yeah, we've got another death, yes, we've got another death, yes, we've got... Think about what's going to happen within prisons. People keep sending me the same thing, but without any names, right? People keep sending me screenshots saying 2 prisoners have died at HMP Leeds. Now, this is completely unconfirmed, right? I confirmed the death in the prison. It wasn't COVID-19 related, so they said yes. Martin Brake, who was in his 50s, God bless him, may he rest in peace, died at Armley Prison on Sunday. I got that story out as well. If that was COVID-19 related, it wouldn't have gone down like that. If you get confirmed corona cases in prison, panic goes up and stuff like that. People start to get more cautious and more worried, don't they? Prisoners' families and things like that. So if we keep a lid on it and we're putting it out there, yeah, there's only 55 prisoners as of Sunday that have tested positive for the coronavirus and blah, 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 right? It looks, for all intents and purposes, that the prisons have got it in hand. That is not the case. Prisons are tweeting, we can confirm there is no confirmed cases of coronavirus in our prison. There's not going to be when they are not testing prisoners. Fact. So I saw people commenting on these prison accounts going, that's fantastic news. Well done, well done, well done for protecting our loved ones. A lot of these people that are supporting people in prison, I don't mean to be disrespectful because I've got nothing but love and support for everybody that's supporting somebody in prison. But when it comes to prison people that are supporting their loved ones, a lot of these people are, not all of them, there's a lot of people that are very switched on, right? But you do get people that are very naive. They might not have gone through this before. They might be quite vulnerable. They might have mental health issues. They might be quite wet behind the ears, right? And when they see these things, oh, there's no confirmed cases in that prison, they take it as gospel and think, oh, well, that's brilliant. They don't read between the lines. It's the things that they're not saying. I'm very critical and very cynical of the prison system. Why? The reason why, and the reason I'm so passionate, and I don't get paid a penny, guys, I put all this effort in and time, and I might as well not do it because with this corona stuff, people are not playing ball and helping me, right? Apart from 1 or 2 people, right? Now, these are your loved ones that are in prison, right? And I am trying my best to help them because the system is trying to cover stories getting out, trying to stop stories getting out. And it's idiots like me, and I'm just one man, I'm nobody, guys, I'm an idiot, right? But I tell you what, I'm very passionate. The reason I'm so passionate, guys, right, that I can't tell you the amount of prisoners' families, fathers of prisoners, right, mothers of prisoners, partners of prisoners. I spoke to the partner of a guy who had twin girls with this particular female, right? I'm not going to mention him. He set himself on fire in a prison down south. He died. God bless him, right? Another prisoner, suicide. Another prisoner, suicide. Another prisoner, heart attack because he was on his buzzer and they wouldn't give him healthcare. Wait till the morning, you'll be all right, Michael. Padmate woke up for a piss, tripped over his fucking body. Dead. Prisoner that's been murdered. Risley Prison, January 2019. Right? This is what I'm saying to you guys. So when I've spoken to this many families that have lost somebody through prisons, right? Michael McDonough, Forest Bank, right? A 27-year-old man right? And like I said, I can't discuss his legal things. It's not my place to do so, and there's legal proceedings going ahead, and the inquest is due in due course, right? I have spoken to countless families that have lost somebody in prison. Suicides, medical negligence, murder, right? Most horrific suicides. And do you know what? I've set up interviews for a lot of these people, and I've spent hours on the phone away from YouTube, spent hours on the phone speaking to them, putting tribute videos together with music, and which has taken me hours to do. You don't see all that stuff. You see me on YouTube mouthing off because I've got a big mouth and stuff, right? But I tell you something, when it comes to this whole prison thing and this corona thing, right, you might not like me. That's fine. You don't have to like me, right? I am not doing this for my benefit. Sitting here doing this isn't a TV interview. I'm not getting paid for it. I don't get paid for TV interviews. I turn a lot of them down. I set up interviews for other people, right? I get out prison deaths, prison suicides. I've got this story out. I've got the death in HMP Leeds out, right? I'm comforting families. I'm putting families in contact with other families that have lost someone in prison, right? I don't get nothing from this, guys. I get the satisfaction of giving prisoners a voice and prisoners' families a voice. And you don't have to like me. But I tell you one thing, right? I spoke to two Scousers the other night, Gary and Sandra. Right? Lovely, lovely people. I've never spoken to them before. Lovely, top drawer, just wicked people, Scousers, right? Now, they were saying to me there, like, they was telling me, like, oh, I can see how genuine you are, Cody, and all that. Do you know what I'm saying? I know I'm annoying. Right? But I tell you what, this coronavirus, I'm not doing it for any other reason than to give prisoners a voice and to get stories out. I can't get stories out without a prison network. I've never burned anybody, right? I'm not trying to burn anybody, right? Like I said, I'm dedicating my life now to some people. Someone called me a whistleblower. They said, Cody, you're a whistleblower. I don't necessarily buy that. I'm just a prisoner with former prisoner with a big mouth. But like I said, guys, right, without sounding melodramatic, we are at war, right, with the Ministry of Justice, right? You've got loved ones. You've got a lot of people that are watching this, your loved ones might be in prison. And some of you might be very calm and collected about this and just like, yeah. Other people are going to be frantic with worry. They're not going to be sleeping. Then you've got prisoners in prison. Some of these prisoners in prison have got severe mental health issues. They might have paranoid personality disorders. They might just be paranoid schizophrenics. They might just have anxiety. They might have Asperger's, ADD, ADHD, autism, whatever the case may be. Prison is hard enough as it is without having those spectrum of problems. If you're in prison and you've got a respiratory problem, COPD, obstructive pulmonary disease or whatever it is, right? These are the things, right? You are going to be scared in prison. I am not doing this for me. And the thing is, the more I can't tell you how frustrated I'm becoming that people are not helping me. Right? People, listen, Cody, I can get you the footage. Now, there's kids in prison, right, that are filming rap videos of themselves rapping, and this kid is an extremely talented rapper. Nothing but respect for him. But then he's like, I can't do a video for you, bro. So hold on. So you're in jail. You've got your face covered. You're making rap video after rap video after rap video after rap video. And this kid is extremely talented. But he's saying he can't do me a video. This is what I'm up against, guys. People hit me up. Cody, listen, mate, my kid will do you the video. Right? No video. And like I said, I've had a story. I've had a news team ready to run a story since the back end of last week. Until I get that footage, the story will not go out. And do you know what's going to happen? You know, like your bread has got like a shelf life before it goes off and you've got to throw it away. This is what's going to happen with this story. Yes, the COVID-19 thing's not going to go away and stuff like that, and more prisoners are going to be infected. Like I said, and this is the thing, this is my worry. I've never had a platform where local and national news have contacted me and say, Coda, we need to speak to prisoners. We need you. Because the thing is, they can't speak directly to the prisoner because by talking on a prison phone, it's against prison rules and you're not supposed to have it. It's a banned item and all this sort of stuff. There's red tape involved there. But if they send it to me and then I send it to the media, We circumnavigate the red tape that's put in place. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right? There's a lot of legal like jargon that goes on, right? I am trying to do my best for prisoners. I cannot do what I am doing if people don't help me. This story would not have gone out if it wasn't, right? People say, Cody, got a confirmed case, COVID-19 in Berwyn. Take it to the media. Mate, listen, they're not having it. They're not having it. They're not having it. I need proof. Went back to my prison source. Prison source, bam, pops up. Screenshot on right in Berwyn, for those that don't know, they've got like laptops. They're not sat there on Skype and stuff. No. They've got laptops in the cell, which can access, like, can order your food canteen on there, your food and stuff like that, and put apps in and stuff like that from the comfort of your cell, right? Now, on their screen in their internal system, someone sent me the picture. Bam. This whole story is because somebody sent me a screenshot of this thing from jail, of the screen of the laptop. And that's why this journalist said to me, Cody, I know you're telling the truth. And he said, the evidence is there. I'm running it. Thank God. Another journalist would have said, I'm sorry, Cody, we can't do that. And you know what? This is what the Ministry of Justice don't want. They don't want stories getting out. What I'm asking for with prisoners doing videos, right? Simple. Sit in front of a thing. I'm not asking you to sit there with your face, like with your ID card and what prison you're in and stuff like that. I want you sat there with prison bars behind you. Even if you just quickly show your cell, right? Sit there with your prison bars behind you. Cover your flap, right? Do a video. Do a few minute, 4 or 5 minute video talking about what's going on within prison. This coronavirus, the regime, the mood amongst prisoners, the food, what are they doing to protect prisoners, right? What do prisoners need to be released? If so, why? If not, what's going to happen? That's all I need. And you've got prisoners that are doing rap videos from jail, but they're not willing to send me videos. And like I said, I completely get the concepts and the paranoia and that criminal paranoid mentality. But understand something, right? I posted a video the other day about the aftermath of a riot at HMP Berwyn, right? It was the video from the newspaper, right? And watch the video down my timeline. HMP Berwyn riot aftermath. Look at the video. All the faces are blurred out because if you go and do a documentary, right, and you don't give them permission to right, say you do a news interview, you'll have to sign a release, right? If you do a documentary, you've got to sign a release to say, I give permission for my images because you own your own image rights, right? I give permission for my footage to be used. If you watch these Channel 5 programs about the police and stuff, right? The Force North East, the Force Manchester, right? When they film the individual, right, off camera after, the production team will say, are you okay with us using your footage? Yes, sign here. If not, they'll blur them. They can't just put people's faces out there. And I wouldn't let that happen anyway. I'm for prisoners. Why I'm not trying to burn prisoners. I've told them, prisoners can make anything, right? I'm sure, get a fucking pillowcase, cut the holes of the fucking eyes out, right? Cut a bit of the mouth out. So you just got your eyes in a little fucking slit there and talk. But the reason that I need them to show a little bit of the cell, right? Like I said, certain cell doors are certain colours and stuff like that. But you can, the bars are behind you, right? It's quite obvious you're in a fucking jail. If you show your fucking bunk and stuff and a quick thing of the thing, sit there and talk about jail. I can get your stories out. I can give prisoners a voice. I can get the debate going, right? When this news outlet, guys, that are looking to do a piece, by the way, right? Do you know what they said to me? They said, we'll be looking at interviewing. If you can get us prisoners talking about this, right? We are looking at getting David Gauke. David Gauke is the former Justice Secretary of State. Right? He used to be in charge of the prisons. He was the Justice Secretary. Liz Truss was the Prisons Minister. Absolutely useless, that woman, right? Now we've got Lucy Fraser as the Prisons Minister, Lucy Fraser MP, and the Justice Secretary is a guy called Robert Buckland, QC, right? And this is the element that we're going, because the prisoner's done a video talking about jail. And like I've said, I don't go to him. I don't need to know the prisoner's name. I don't need to know what wing they're on. I don't need to know what jail they're in. So it's just, many of these cells, guys, they look alike from the inside. Like I said, different coloured doors and stuff like that and stuff. But the chemical makeup of a cell is pretty much similar. Right? Like I said, if you go to Loudon Grange, they've got a shower in the cell. They don't have that at other prisons. But a cell is a cell. Right? So this is the thing, but I'm getting absolutely stressed out with it, guys, and no one's helping me. Well, I can't say that. A few people have helped me, and a few people said, yeah, my boy will do your videos. I'm sick of hearing it, and I mean that with the much respect as I can muster. I've heard it so many times now that it's just like, yeah, of course you can. I need people's help, man. Like I said, if people can't help me, I can't help them. And prisoners are going to continue to get this virus. There's going to be more prison deaths. I'm sorry to say that. I'm not trying to scaremonger. It's just a fact. They predicted 800 deaths within prisons, right? If you think that this coronavirus is going away, the Excel Centre in London, which is a kilometre long, they're making it into a 4,000-bed hospital. Here in Manchester, the Manchester Convention Centre, or the GMEX as it's known locally, right? They're turning it into a hospital. We are weeks behind Italy and Spain. Why do you think that they're putting provisions in? Why do you think they recruited 250,000, right? 250,000 people. They wanted 250,000, nearly 500,000 people, retired doctors and nurses have come out of the woodwork. It's not hit us yet. It's not peaked yet. It's going to keep coming. And there's more cases, guys. Since Friday to Sunday, it had doubled, right, in the prisons. It's up to 55. Now, one thing I need to make you very sure of, right, there are more than 55 confirmed cases within our prisons. But if they haven't confirmed, if they haven't done the test on the prisoner, there'll be prisoners that have got this virus. But if you put the label on it, confirmed, it ends up in the media and stuff and it looks bad. The reason that the Ministry of Justice is trying to stop stories getting out reference coronavirus is because it would cause mass panic within the prisons. That could cause, it's currently frustration, right? That could cause mass panic. Mass panic can become anger. Anger will become violence. And that's what they're trying to avoid. And they're trying to distract prisoners and keep them occupied in the cells and stuff, right? It's not working from the prisoners that I'm talking to. A lot of prisoners, and I've got to balance this, a lot of prisoners, they get it. It's not ideal, they're thinking logically and rationally, and they get it. Other prisoners are up in arms and kicking off about this. Anyway, guys, going to leave it there. Link in the description. Like, comment, subscribe. Put my phone number in the description as well. Get hold of me. All right, guys. Bye.